I'm going to give you 15 different book tips to help you write and launch a successful best-selling book. Now, this is going to cover mindset tips. It's going to cover tactical tips. Ultimately, my goal here is to get you excited about writing a book and to give you some inspiration and some tactical advice so that you can take the ideas in your head and turn them into a best-selling book. My name is Jake Kelfer. I've written 4 best-selling books. We've helped hundreds of people do the same thing that has generated millions of dollars for myself and our clients, and I want to help you do the same thing. So if you've been thinking about writing a book, this is your time. You can do it. We've seen people who hate write books. We've seen people who love write books. We've seen people who don't even want to write a book, speak a book. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this, and I hope that these tips will really help you get inspired, get you motivated, and also give you the tools that you need to get into action. So let's get into it. Writing a book saves you time. Writing a book saves you time. Now you might be thinking, how is that possible? Doesn't writing a book take years and years and years? No. Writing a book can take just a matter of months to get done. As a matter of fact, our average clients finish their books in 6 to 8 months and launch to bestseller status within that time frame. But let me give you a specific example of how writing a book will save you time. If you are somebody who gets asked a lot of questions, you probably get asked the same questions over and over and over again. If you're an expert in your field, you're probably getting the same frequently asked questions, the same concerns, the same objections, the same things that people are trying to get educated on. Well, every time you answer a question, you spend probably about 2 to 5 minutes. If you're texting, if you're emailing, so you're probably spending about 2 to 5 minutes. Not to mention all the extra time that's distracting you from being in your flow state and doing other things. So let's say you answer 10 questions a week. If you average 3 minutes per question, that's 30 minutes per week or 2 hours per month that you're doing just answering questions. Where once you have a book, it's going to have all your frequently asked questions in there based on the book content. That's all you need. And so you're going to save 2 hours every single month just by having this book done. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about here really is this. Before you start writing your book, you want to do these 3 things. Most people make the mistake of just jumping straight into writing. But in reality, those that jump straight into writing often get slowed down or often reach a point where they don't know what to do next or they lose momentum. So before you start writing your book, I want you to do these 3 things. Number 1 is I want you to create book time. Book time is a time that's on your calendar that you make as a commitment to yourself. This can be 30 minutes every day, or it could be several hour time blocks throughout the different week. This is going to help you stay committed. It's going to help you build a habit. It's going to help you show up. The second thing that I want you to do is I want you to describe your audience. I want you to get super, super clear on who is that perfect reader. Meaning if there was one reader in the world who read your book and the success of your book was dependent on them sharing it or talking about it, who would that specific reader be? Now, I'm not talking about Oprah who could just promote it to everyone. I'm talking about who's the perfect reader. The reader that if they read your book, their life is going to change forever. And they're going to have nothing but great things to say about you and your book. And then the third thing that you're going to do before you start writing your book is you're going to set your intention. Why are you doing this? What is the internal reason? What is the external reason? Are you doing it for legacy? Are you doing it for impact? Are you doing it for personal achievement? That's the internal. Or are you doing it for external? Bestseller status, speaking engagements, revenue on the back end. There's always the right answer, and that right answer is based on what you want. Now, all right, let's keep going here. I hope this is very, very helpful for you. When you write your introduction, I want you to answer 3 questions before you start writing your introduction. Because a great introduction sets the stage. And what it also does is it qualifies a reader. And here's what I mean by this. A great introduction will tell a reader if they want to continue or if they want to put the book down. And that's great. What we want to do is write a great book that will help the right readers. And so if you answer these 3 questions in your introduction, you're going to have a lot more success in setting up the reader for a great experience. And here are the 3 questions to answer in your introduction. Number 1, what is the problem that you are solving? Most people pick up a book because they want to solve a problem that they're having. If I pick up Atomic Habits by James Clear, I'm picking it up because I want to build better habits or I want to break bad ones, right? Those are the problems I'm solving or the things that I'm looking for. So what is the problem you solve? Address it. Let the reader know that you understand them. The second question is, why are you the person to solve the problem? This is your backstory. This is your personal transformation. Why are you the person that can solve this problem for the reader? We want to establish credibility right away. And then the last question is, what can the reader expect by reading your book? This is where we want to set clear expectations, kind of lay out what the book is going to be about or kind of how you've structured it. That way, you're letting the reader know that if they continue, this is what they're going to expect. And if they don't want to continue, that's okay too. This is how you really set the stage by inviting people in, getting people to opt into your book and really read with excitement. And that's very advantageous, especially if you're looking to do something on the back end of this book. Now, the next thing, this is going to be a mindset kind of tip here. And a lot of people, when they're getting ready to write a book, they create this imposter syndrome or they get nervous, like, who am I to write this book? What have I done? And what I want to share is this. You are not new to results. You are just new to delivering this information in the format of a book. This is a really powerful reframe. Let me repeat this again. You are not new to getting results. You are just new to delivering this information in the format of a book. Have you ever helped somebody? Have you ever created your own transformation in your life or in someone else's? Have you been paid to share this information in some way, shape, or form? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you're more than ready to write a really amazing, amazing book. Let me give you an example here. And we hear this a lot. If you're a corporate executive and you've spent 25 years in marketing and you've done a great job and now you're looking to go branch off into consulting, coaching, or speaking, and you're like, well, I'm new to this. No. You're not new to great marketing tactics that have built and generated millions of dollars for the businesses you've worked in and been employed by. You're just new to getting those results in a different way. So your knowledge is there. It's your job now to just deliver it in a book. And that's where we want to help you. Next up is this. The best time to market your book is the day you begin writing it. Now, let me explain. A lot of people think that the best time to market their book is once it's done, once it's ready to be shared, but that's actually not the best time. Why? Well, if you wait until your launch, people are going to be confused or they're going to be surprised. Either way, they're not going to be in buying mode. They're not going to be primed. They're going to be like, whoa, you wrote a book. And they're going to get distracted by the you wrote a book, oh my gosh, versus the, oh, I knew this was coming. I need to support you. I need to promote you. So what you want to do is you want to warm people up. You want to tease them with announcements. You want to get them excited. And the sooner that you start talking about your book, the sooner the opportunities come your way. We've had people who double their businesses before their books even launch. We've had people sign their biggest speaking engagements before their books even launch. We've had people sell thousands of dollars worth of bulk orders before the books even launch. Why? Because they talked about the book as they were creating it. And in my opinion, one of the best ways to promote something, okay, is to share the journey as you create it. And this is what I call milestone content when creating a book. And so basically what you're going to do is you're going to share each milestone. Oh my gosh, I committed to writing a book. I'm writing a book. My outline is done. I just wrote my first chapter. My rough draft is done. Here's my cover design. And what you do is you share the milestones. It gets people invested and it gets them primed so that when you do launch, you have a list of ready to go buyers and readers who are super excited. Okay. One of our clients, she did this excellently. And what happened is that she had people waiting at midnight to go buy the book as soon as it went live. Okay. Now, let's go to another one right now. If you're trying to write a great book, you got to understand this one thought. Just because you are not the biggest name in your space, it doesn't mean you can't write a really successful and impactful book. Just because you don't have a huge audience doesn't mean you can't grow one on the back end of a book. Just because you don't have tons of writing experience or even like writing doesn't mean you can't write a great book. Okay, let's break these down. If you're not the biggest name in the space, it doesn't matter. You just need to be 1 to 2 steps ahead of the person you're trying to help. Well, let's say just because you don't have an audience, it doesn't mean you can't grow one. I wrote my first book with no social media, and because I wrote the book, it allowed me to grow my audience because I had something to talk about, something to share, and I had something that backed by credibility and positive perception that allowed me to grow my social media. Just because you don't have writing experience doesn't mean that you can't write a great book. You can speak your book. You can work with a ghostwriter. You can work with a writing coach. There are many, many ways to write a great book. And as long as you can help somebody get the result that you've achieved or that you want to share with somebody based on your experience, you have the ability to create something special. So you don't need to be the biggest name in the world or the best person in the world. You just need to be able to be 1 to 2 steps ahead. All right, I hope you're enjoying this. If you're enjoying this, I want you to know that I wrote a book called Big Idea to Bestseller. And it is the step-by-step guide on how to write, publish, and launch a book. And if you want a free copy, that's right, completely free, you can go to bigideabestseller.com/free-book. Now, all you got to do is just cover the shipping, and the book is entirely free. We'll mail it directly to you. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling. A Come With Me book is the best book for back-end business success and impact. It is also the fastest book that you can create that builds credibility, trust with the reader, and ultimately leads them to the next thing. So let me break down here what a Come With Me book specifically is. A Come With Me book does 2 things. It combines your expertise with your experience. Your expertise, it's your knowledge, your methodology, your framework. And this builds trust. It allows you to be seen as the expert, and it builds credibility that you could actually solve the problem. Your experience, this is your personal stories, your transformation, your case studies, your testimonials. And what this does is this shows that you've actually lived what you're talking about, and it makes you relatable, which is really, really key. And when you combine these 2 things, this creates a Come With Me book because it's an enjoyable read. You spark belief in the reader, and instead of the book feeling like, hey, look how awesome I am, you're saying, hey, look at how far we can go together. Come with me on this adventure and let's grow together. All right. Next is this. We got a good one for you right here. There are 4 core parts to creating a successful book. Writing the book is only a part of this entire process. And I'm going to walk you through these 4 things. Position and write, produce, publish, and promote. So position and writing includes everything from the pre-work, the outline, the writing of the actual book. Producing is everything related to editing, formatting, and designing. Publishing includes publication, getting your book out there in multiple formats, as well as launching your book. And then promote includes the back end of launching as well as marketing your book to achieve back end results in the form of speaking gigs, credibility, PR, coaching clients, digital courses, and so many more. Those are the 4 core parts to creating a successful book. Next up is let's talk about the title and subtitle. Now, here are a few rules to follow when creating a great subtitle and a great title for your book. Your title, it should be short, memorable, engaging, and create intrigue. Think of the brand that you already have. Think of the brand you want to create. What are you trying to say in the title? If you want more of a funny brand, you could have more of a punny title. If you want more of a direct and bold and powerful brand, you want to go for a more direct title. Your subtitle should be very clear and direct. The great subtitles of nonfiction books tell the reader exactly what they can learn in the language that they are ready to hear it at. This is very, very powerful. Tell the reader exactly what the book is about. That's going to help you create a great title and a great subtitle. I'm going to give you for this next one, here is a hard truth. People judge your book by its cover. That is a truth, okay? As much as we want to say people don't judge a book by its cover, that is wrong when it actually comes to book. People will judge your book by a cover. If the cover is bad, your sales will slow. It's just that simple. So if you want to sell more books, you need to have a great cover. If you want people to stop their scroll, you need to have a great cover. And so here are a few tips into creating a great cover. Your title, big and bold, very readable. Your subtitle, easy to read and follow. Now, unless you are a celebrity, this is a general rule of thumb, unless you are a celebrity or you really, really want to, your picture should likely go on the back cover of your book instead of the front cover. If you're trying to figure out how to create a cover, what you should include, well, go to the bookstore, go on Amazon, find your category, and see, are there any similarities between the top selling books in your specific category? And then for your cover as well, we want this to be fun. We want this to be exciting. Look at 3 to 5 of your favorite covers and see if there's anything that you really resonate with and use that for inspiration. All right, we got a couple more here for you, and I hope that so far this is starting to get you some excitement. This is getting you some practical tips, and it's really getting you rocking and rolling here. So here's what we got for you next. This is going to be a little bit about the marketing side of things. There are an infinite amount of ways that you can monetize a book. I'm going to share with you a few of my favorites that have helped me and that have helped our clients generate millions of dollars in services, speaking fees, coaching clients, and product sales. Here they are. Number 1 is coaching or consulting clients. This is often a high ticket service on the back end. Number 2 is speaking engagements. These can be free with back of the room sales. These can be free with bulk orders. These can be paid. These can be paid plus sales. There are so many different ways. Number 3 is digital products. You can turn your book into digital products. Think of courses, templates, handouts, worksheets, mini video series. These are ways that you can generate tons of additional revenue, again, by doing the work once. Number 4, masterminds and retreats. Number 5, physical products. Number 6, live events. And number 7 is done-for-you services or agency clients. Your book can actually showcase your process. People then say, I need you to actually help me implement this. Boom. You now have a very, very awesome opportunity to work with somebody in that way. So the next thing here is this. Okay, here's the next tip. Always create your book with the end in mind. A lot of times people get really, really excited and they're like, I'm going to create a book, and they just jump straight into it. But I want you to reverse engineer this. Start with the end in mind. Figure out why you're writing this book. Figure out what goals you have for this book. Once you have figured all that stuff out, now you can create your outline in a way that's positioned for optimal success. And then you can use the right case stories, the right testimonials, the right personal anecdotes to help create the story that relates best to the reader to ultimately get them to get the results you want. And so if you build the book with the end in mind, it's not only easier to create, it's not only easier to write, but enables you to set yourself up for the success that you're aiming to have on the back end of this book. All right, here we go. We got 3 more for you coming up hot. When you actually start writing your book, I want you to avoid these things, okay? I want you to avoid these things when you're writing your book. Number 1 is don't try to be perfect on your first draft. Would you expect to be able to make the MBA after 1 year of practicing? Probably not. Would you expect to be able to speak Spanish fluently after 3 years of high school Spanish? Probably not. Don't expect your first draft to be perfect. Go through it quickly. Number 2, don't edit as you go. This is one of the biggest mistakes that can elongate a time frame and ruin momentum. Your goal here is to just get it out as quick as possible, get the rough draft done. And number 3, avoid trying to write multiple books at the same time. Often once you can get in the flow, your ideas are going to go crazy. You're like, oh, I have another book. Write one book, get that book done, and then you can work on your next book. All right, we got 2 more tips for you here. Let's talk about 3 keys to writing a great nonfiction book that will actually sell for you, okay? Here are these 3 keys. Keep it short. I like to call this the airplane rule. I love when books are able to be read from a flight from LA to Texas, okay? That can be anywhere in the 30 to 50,000 word range, give or take. It's not an exact science, but that is what you want to do. Keep it short. Next up is keep it specific. As you write your book, focus on the perfect reader. Write the book as if you are speaking to them, talk to them, okay? And really focus on the person that you want to help. And then the last part is keep it as direct as you can. Don't go off into a million different tangents. That's just going to make it longer, make it harder, make it more confusing, make it harder to edit for yourself. Instead, just keep it direct. Write as if you're absolutely just speaking to that person. This adds personality. Books aren't written the same way as they used to a long time ago. The best books today are the ones that are fun and engaging to read, like you feel like you're in a conversation with the actual author. This is for nonfiction books, and those are 3 things that you're going to really want to do to create a great nonfiction book. And then the last thing that I'm going to give you as a tip for today is this. It doesn't matter if you suck at writing. It literally doesn't matter if you suck at writing. You can still create a great book. It's not called a best written book. It's called a best-selling book. As a matter of fact, I didn't even consider myself a writer until after I had written 2 best-selling books. Why? Because for me, I was more focused on, can I deliver this message in a way that people are ready to consume, than I cared about me trying to be this great writer. And I know that books are super, super successful, and I love reading books, and I know that I've invested in people because I've read their books and my life has changed. So what I did was, instead of trying to focus on how great of a writer I was or wasn't, I focused on the impact that I knew I could make through the format of a book. And then the last piece of this is this. If your desire for impact, if your desire for creating a great book is greater than your fear or your dislike of writing, you can and you will create something special. All right? So it doesn't matter if you suck at writing. You can still do it. Now, you might need a little extra help. That's fine. We got you. Okay? But it doesn't matter if you suck at writing. You can still create a great book. That's what I got for you today. These are 15 tips to help you create your first best-selling book. I wish you the best. Absolutely. And if you have questions, let me know. I would love to hear, what is your favorite tip that I just shared? Which one resonates the most with you? And please let me know. Talk to you soon.